Buballa, you have asked me what is the significance of innocence in humor. I say to you, Buballa, it is not just a question, a mere question, but it is an inquiry. Understand what I am saying? It is an inquiry into within, to understand within and without. Because you stand exactly in the middle of both. Okay, let's go into it. Innocence, what is it? Just imagine a world without innocence. It would have been destroyed long time back. Think. Just imagine this entire world having people like Mussolini, Ladens and Hitlers. Few people enough to destroy the whole world because they have lost their innocence. Those people are idiotic, imbecile. Those people have lost the art of laughing at themselves. If at all I have to define what innocence is, it is the art of laughing at your own actions. We are like kids, isn't it? The reason is simple. Because their actions have the aura of innocence. From the morning to evening, evening to night, and night to morning, they do millions of innocent actions. And they keep on laughing at themselves, looking at their actions. That brings tremendous joy to us. Because that baby laughter is so soothing, warmth. We all have experienced that. When it comes to spirituality, many people have been trying to be spiritual, but they have no clue that without being innocent, you can never enter into the realm of spirituality. Remember that. I say to you, it is my statement, it is my understanding, not from the books, not from anybody. Unequivocally, I say that you cannot be innocent and egoistic at the very same time. Innocence prevails in the absence of ego. Don't think that you can be innocent while you are egoistic to the core. This word innocence comes from the Latin root, probably that innocentia. What does it mean? It simply means not harming. It's harmless, is the meaning of that word innocentia. While I am talking this moment, dastardly riots taking place in Delhi. I have seen on television that people throwing stones at other people, throwing petrol bombs. Do you really think those people have innocence in them? Those people have any place for humor in their lives? I don't think so. So let us come to the moot point, Buballa. In innocence, as far as innocence is concerned, two aspects to it. Broadly, small kid is innocent, but he doesn't know that he is innocent. And the elderly one knows that innocence has been evaporated from his life, but he doesn't know how to regain it. So unconscious innocence and conscious innocence. So here I am talking about the conscious innocence. not the innocence those small kids have, because they are unaware of it. So the conscious innocence comes out of wisdom. It is a spiritual experience. It is my understanding too. When innocence starts creeping into our being, slowly you become humorous. That's why we see in Zen philosophy, Sufi philosophy, there are innumerable stories. Show me one master who doesn't narrate stories, jokes, because that is a byproduct of being innocent. Humor is the byproduct of being innocent. There is one cartoonist and American puppeteer, Jim Henson. He told once that the most sophisticated people I know, inside they are all children. That is 100% correct. And it has been the element which made people debate from centuries. The famous psychologist Sigmund Freud threw some light on this aspect of innocence, and I agree with his understanding. He says there is distinction between tendentious humor and incautious humor. Innocuous. INNOCUOUS. Simply means the tendentious humor is victim-based. For example, you are walking on the road in a rainy day. Suddenly someone slips off and falls on the ground. Suddenly you laugh at him. Because your humor needs a victim. You are laughing at somebody. This is tendentious humor. When it comes to innocuous humor, there is no place for victim. It is mere poetic, it is mere word play. తెలుగులో అంటాం కదా చాతుర్యం, మాట చాతుర్యం వల్ల పుడుతుంది అని. So I am totally in agreement with Sigmund Freud. Now we have been watching in Amazon, Netflix, and on television channels. So many people have been doing stand-up comedies, isn't it? So if you see the content of their stand-up comedy, there is drug abuse, racial discrimination, sex and controversial issues, politics. Many times it is dark comedy. It is humiliating. But people laugh at it because they actually don't know whether they like tendentious or innocuous humor. It is not their fault. But to create innocuous humor, you have to be extremely intelligent. We all know the all-time great, my granddad, Charlie Chaplin. And between 2008 to 9, I have watched all his movies. I did a study, a research-based study, that why his humor I am liking much. What is the source of his humor? And I realized that his humor has two aspects, both tendentious, I mean to say victim-based, and the other is innocuous, where he becomes victim. He doesn't need any other person. For example, when you are all alone in the house and you want to put a lipstick on it, suddenly it just touches your nose and you laugh at yourself. You are going to prepare a cup of tea and unconsciously you poured mirchi powder in the tea and you laugh at it. You laugh at your own actions. So I said, buballa, that innocence is the virginity of our souls, but we have lost it. So let me conclude by saying few things. As already said before, that the kids have tremendous innocence, but they have no idea what it is. Because, for example, if you are in a place and you have no idea what diamond is, but you may be in the midst of diamonds, but you never pay attention to it because you have no idea how precious diamonds are. In the same way, kids have no clue what innocence is. Hence, they don't know the value of it. And by, because of society, because of parents, because of this bonsoic educational system, because of this stressed life, because of this rat racing, most of the people lose their innocence. But a moment comes, at least 1% of the people think that we have lost something intrinsic and how to regain it. But the problem is they don't know how to regain it. Hence, these gurus come into picture, and they have turned the entire humanity as commodity, and they are making a lot of money, and they are becoming famous, and they are conducting all kinds of nonsensical courses. But I am not sure whether people getting benefited. They are perfectly befooled, no doubt about it. But I have never seen a person who claimed that by meeting this particular person, particular guru, I have really regained my innocence and I became enlightened. Hence, I don't have to go back there. I'll give you an analogy. If you are unhealthy, you go to a doctor and you regain health. Why you go again to the doctor every day? We just thank him and forget all about him. That is the essence of spirituality. Once Oscar Wilde said that paradoxically though it may seem, it's nonetheless true that life imitates art far more than art imitates life. సింపుల్గా చెప్పాలంటే జీవితం కళను అనుసరిస్తుంది కానీ కళ జీవితాన్ని కాదు. So let me simplify further. So art is synonymous with heart, pure, follow without it any prejudice. I reiterate, art is heart, which is pure, follow without any prejudice. Then suddenly you find life within and without. Buballa, I say again, find innocence, be innocent in your own wisdom, and be humorous. Life, every action and death, there is an hidden angle which is really humorous, very subtle one. Discover it. Raso, vaisaha.